You know what, after this many movies and this many chances, you've got to just start thinking maybe Liam Neeson is just a bad parent at this point. The Commuter is directed by, I'm not going to try and say the name, so I'm going to put it right here on the screen for you, and it stars Liam Neeson, and he plays a character called Michael McCauley, who is just your everyday commuter, gets on the same train, has done for 10 years, you know, gets a lift from his wife to the station, etc, etc. It's the same thing every day until one day he meets a woman on the train called Joanna, who offers him $100,000, and all he has to do is find one person on the train. They don't know what they look like. All he knows is that they have a bag. That is it. If he does not find this person, it's a Liam Neeson movie, so obviously they take his family and he has to get his family back. Now, Liam Neeson is one of those actors now that you kind of know what you're getting yourself in for when you go and see a Liam Neeson movie. You know he's probably a bad parent at this point, and you probably know he's going to lose his children, and he's going to be in some form of transport, and I'm afraid to say this movie does not really break those boundaries. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Liam Neeson. I love the first Taken movie. I think that was a really, really cool concept. I think, as I said after the last two, I just think, why would anyone be around him? Because every time they do, they just get kidnapped, and that's just silly. But I really did enjoy that movie. This one wasn't a piece of shit either. I really did think that this movie had a lot going for it, had some interesting premises. Just please don't make any more than one, because if you make another two, people are just going to think he can't be in with people or public transport. Liam Neeson will just become a menace. But with all this being said, I really do think there are some actual good points in this movie. There's some real tension in a lot of it. At some points I was inadvertently on the edge of my seat. I really do think there was a lot of parts of this film where it was going really well. But on the same merit, it also tipped those scales, and everything was extremely obvious. It was extremely cliched. It was, you know, from the first 10 minutes you could really tell who the actual villain was in this entire piece. It's because, like, they'd use the same sort of sentence over and over again, so you go, okay, if he says it one more time, it's going to be like his ending final line, etc. It was kind of that predictable that I sort of sat there going, okay. And then when it did happen, you sort of sit there and go, he did the thing. Even with all of the predictability in this movie, I really do think you were sitting there at certain points, and in your own sort of brain there was a psychological edge to it. Not necessarily, as I just said, the ending, because I think that was kind of obvious, but the person who he was trying to find. You genuinely put yourself in the situation of, okay, there's like 400 people on this train. You've been told that your family will die if you do not find them. Where the hell do you start? He's only got sort of 4 or 5 stops to figure this out, and you really do feel this tension of, oh my god, just please find them. But because it's set on such an everyday level, you really do sit there and go, if I was in that situation, how the hell would I even start? There's also that sort of social element of, okay, I'm on a commuter train, there's people here, you know, they could tear your head off for even talking to you. There's all these, like, even tiny psychological moments in your brain that you go, oh, I could never do that. Just because I know that, just people wouldn't want to be spoken to, and all these things. Basic things start affecting your brain because of the movie. That is a really cool element. I think putting it down into this really sort of, you know, I think the fact that, okay, he was an ex-cop, that's fine, but, you know, that's just Liam Neeson movies doing what they've got to do. Of course he can't be a regular dude. He has to be an ex-something that helps him in these situations. Other than that, I know I'm not an ex-cop, but you can see yourself in these things, and I really do think that is a clever way of putting in this down-to-earth thing to give you even the most basic thing that this is. It gives you that absolutely undeniable tension. Look guys, what I'm trying to say is The Commuter is not a bad movie. it's not going to break box office records. It's not going to do a Terminator 2 and sort of reinvent the action movie. It's not going to do that. But I had a damn good time with The Commuter. Okay, it's done by the same guy who directed Liam Neeson and 1,000 other movies, the same plot. That's fine. As long as you go into this movie thinking, okay, it's not going to do much. It's more of one of those Amazon movies. You may not want to go and see it in the theatre if you don't do what I do and sort of pay for a card to see them all the time. But it's something of sort of, it's a rainy day and you want to see a film that you can just have on in the background while you do something else. The Commuter is one of those movies and you can just pop in and out and go, damn, good action scene. You know, that is really simple as for me. It really is just one of those sort of basic, down to the bones action movies. Even if I am already nicknaming it Taken on a Train, just don't worry about it. Guys, with all of this being said, I'm going to give The Commuter a 2 out of 5. So there you have it, guys. There is my take on The Commuter. Now, if you have seen the movie, as always, please don't hesitate to start typing away and tell me all about it in the comment section below. I would love to know, as always. Now, before you go and leave me, all you beautiful people, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You all know the drill by now, and I will see you all in the next video.